What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game WWE WrestleMania 21, which was released on the Xbox by THQ and Studio Gigante as an exclusive. And this is the third and final WWE game on the Xbox, and the only WWE game on the Xbox to have online play. Now, I did review this game around almost pretty much 4 years ago, but I wasn't as detailed as I should have been. But in this video, I am going to be more detailed than the previous WWE WrestleMania 21 review. Now, in the game modes of WWE WrestleMania 21, it has exhibition, career, create, profiles option, and Xbox Live. Now, as far as the exhibition mode, it has pretty much singles match, tag team match, bra and panty, handicap match, triple threat, fatal four-way, last man standing, royal, battle royal, and royal rumble. And with the singles mode, you can have the following match variations: normal, cage match, hell in a cell, table match, TLC, ladder match. With the tag team match, there's pretty much a regular tag team match and a tornado tag. There's one type of course, bra and panty match. You wouldn't make it exist there. Lots of variations of that. With handicap, there's pretty much a 2-on-3 or two on one or 3-on-1 handicap match. One type of fatal four-way triple threat and last man standing match. And the battle royal is pretty much like a elimination fatal four-way and everything. Of course, the Royal Rumble it's the traditional 30-man over the top battle Royal Rumble and stuff. Now, for some reason, the exhibition mode has less match variation under each match type. Like with tag team, there's only two variations. Same thing with the handicap. Same thing with the um, pretty much fatal four way and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were to play, say, WrestleMania, SmackDown versus Raw 2006, or Day of Reckoning to even WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube, they have more match variations than what's presented in WrestleMania 21. And there's no reason for this particular game to have less match variations than the PS2 and GameCube counterparts, which are, of course, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 and WWE Day of Reckoning 2 and everything. Now, as far as the career mode and stuff, you pretty much play as a rookie who aspires to be a pro wrestler, a world champion, and you play as a creative wrestler who get pretty much get thrown under the bus, and you plot revenge. And if you heard that type of scenario before, that type of scenario was borrowed from WWE Day of Reckoning. That was, of course, released the year prior to WrestleMania 21 and stuff like that. It borrows pretty much borrows the following elements that I mentioned. You play as a creative wrestler who aspires to be a world champion, get railroaded at some point, and plots revenge, and still ended up becoming a world champion and stuff like that. Now there are some particular differences. You know what I'm saying? Your opponents that you face are different for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You don't start at WWE developmental like you do with um, Day of Reckoning and stuff, and you they automatically put you as a SmackDown superstar and stuff like that. In WWE Day of Reckoning, you chose to be either a Raw or SmackDown superstar. And in Day of Reckoning 2, of course, it follows the event of WWE Day of Reckoning, but you're a Raw superstar in Day of Reckoning 2. So somebody came with the bright idea of let's make the created wrestler a SmackDown superstar and a rookie at that. So there's no they have no creative juices flowing. There was what I'm trying to say is pretty much there's like a creativity with the story modes since they borrowed from WWE Day of Reckoning and stuff. Now with create, you can either create a championship belt or pretty much create a wrestler. Well, of course, you need to create a wrestler to go through the story mode and stuff, the career mode, and in the creative wrestler mode, you have all the things you expect. You have your wrestler to be in a specific outfit. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling gear. Like what, you could be in a shirt, pants, or shorts, or whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it has moves and entrance attributes and stuff like that. And one thing that I noticed with the creator wrestler mode in WrestleMania 21 is not as detailed as other WWE games and everything in terms of the outfits, movesets, and entrances. So it's not even as detailed as the first Legend of Wrestling game, which is more detailed than the creator wrestler mode in WrestleMania 21. So in that regard, Legends of Wrestling put WrestleMania 21 for the Xbox to shame in terms of how detailed the creator wrestling mode is. You know, now with the when you create a championship belt, you can create, I say, you create 2 belts, 3 belts, 5 belts. It don't matter. You can title it the championship, any of the championships, anything you want. Like, let's say WWE North American Championship and stuff like that. And another thing that you can do in regards to both modes is that you can play as a created wrestler on Xbox Live when it was active, along with defending the championship belts. Of course, like I said, when Xbox Live was on the original Xbox and stuff. Now with profile, you can use the 4 controller ports to create a profile and stuff like that. And if you do that, the name of each profile will be there and stuff like that. You can access the profile, delete it, or go to WWE Shop Zone. You know what I'm saying? Where you can buy like different stuff like legends, arenas, weapons, things like that. Now you essentially earn money from the career mode to purchase different stuff. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much a lot of the stuff you buy for in game currency and stuff is pretty expensive. I'd say more expensive than any thing that you find like SmackDown vs. Raw '06 and Day of Reckoning 2 from an in-ring, in-game currency standpoint. Now you also need this one is related to the difficulty. You'll be able to purchase certain items if you are on the Rising Star, Superstar, Legends, or Legends difficulty settings. You know what I'm saying? They have they have Rookie, which is easy, Rising Star, normal, Superstar, hard, and Legends, which is expert and stuff like that. Now, pretty much legends in the game are Jimmy Snuka, The Rock, Mankind, Bret Hart, and Andre the Giant, and everything. And now there is an alternate version of Rey Mysterio called Rey Mysterio Gold, which is Rey Mysterio in the gold ring attire in Big Show 2003, which is pretty much Big Show before he got his head shaven. I think it was in some point, some in late 2004. I forget when it happened. You know what I'm saying? But in the options, you can go to gameplay, visuals, audio, and credits. The game play is where you change the difficulty, um, turn the weapons, submissions, rope break, disqualification, and ring count out on or off along with interference. You can also change the time limits for it could be none, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes and stuff like that. You can also change the camera angle, stuff like that. Now with the uh, with the visual options, you can pretty much change the volume of the crowds, the speech, which is commentary by Coach and JR, and along with the music effects and custom soundtrack and stuff like that. In the audio, I said visuals. Um, now that's you can also view everybody from THQ and Studios Gigante who worked on WrestleMania 21 and stuff. Now with Xbox Live, of course, you were able to play it when Xbox Live was available on the original Xbox, like I said earlier in the video, and of course you have to sign in. Essentially, you could play the matches that's in the exhibition mode in Xbox Live and stuff like that. You can play as any superstar, legends, or divas, or even the one of the created wrestlers and stuff like that, like I mentioned earlier, and along with like defending any championships that you made and stuff like that. And it is worth noting that back when WrestleMania 21 was released on the Xbox back in 2005, a lot of people was complaining that they couldn't access the online mode for WrestleMania 21 on Xbox Live mode in WrestleMania 21. But I think they fixed it at some point during that time and stuff like that. So that was a major stinker in a lot of people's mind, and I don't blame them. It was pretty much a major turnoff for a lot of people for people not able to play online as far as WrestleMania 21 is concerned. Now, the graphics and design are pretty decent, you know what I'm saying, with a nice color palette and stuff like that. But the look of the wrestlers that's on the roster doesn't look as good as they do as in like in WWE Day Reckoning 2 or SmackDown versus Raw 2006 and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They kind of look weird to me. You know what I'm saying? And like for example, Triple H, Randy Orton, and Big Show don't look like the real life counterparts to me. You know, and when it comes to the s- loan screen, it tends to glitch out and everything. Whether you picking a match from the exhibition mode or creating a profile, going through the career mode and stuff. And with the career mode, that's when it's most glitchy, especially between when the match is over and and when it goes back to the after match display and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's mainly the exhibition and career modes and stuff when that happens. And there's been a couple of times when I was playing it, WrestleMania 21, where the game actually froze, and this was, and I had the game for like at least 2 weeks when it happened both times. You know what I'm saying? That was a real letdown right there. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that did not make sense to me is the fact that when it comes to the tag teams and stuff, they don't come in together. Like for example, the Dudley Boys. When you have the Dudley Boys face any other tag team, they don't come in together for some reason. Any other game, whether it's SmackDown versus Raw 2006, does it could be WrestleMania 19 for the GameCube. All the tag teams come in together. Why didn't they have the Dudley Boys come in together in WrestleMania 21? That is a head scratcher. I'll be honest about that and everything. Now with the gameplay and the controls, they're okay, but the hit detection for the strikes is kind of wonky. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can miss and you still can get hit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason, the ref counts slow. For some reason, I don't know why didn't they program um, the ref to count a little faster than it does. He's like 1, 2, 3. It's like there's that hesitation that doesn't need to exist when the ref is counting it and stuff like that. Now with the so as far as the soundtrack, the entrance music for the superstars and legends and stuff on the roster, it's on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty much the same entrance music that you heard back when these wrestlers was on SmackDown and Raw, stuff like that. But there are some songs that's in WrestleMania 21, like Bring the Noise by Public Enemy, Can't Stop, and other songs that was those songs which are in WrestleMania 21 was also featured in WWE Day of Reckoning and SmackDown versus Raw. Pretty much the first SmackDown versus Raw. You know what I'm saying? That came out back in 2004. You know, so the question is like why is Bring the Noise, Can't Stop, and Falling Apart are in WrestleMania 21 when it technically doesn't need to be. It should have had like a different list of songs, even though some other songs were added, which I never heard before. You know what I'm saying? Now, pretty much the to me the like I said earlier, the creator wrestler mode should have been more detailed than it should have been, and everything. The Essentially, the career mode is a repackaged version of the story mode that was in Their Reckoning, you know what I'm saying, from 2004 for the GameCube and stuff like that. In terms of premise, which includes a created wrestler who was a rookie who gets railroaded and he plots revenge and still ended up being world champion and stuff like that. Now, the best aspect about it is the voice acting within the career mode and stuff. Now, with that being said, WrestleMania 21 is essentially the worst. It's the worst Xbox game, and essentially the worst wrestling game, WWE game from that console generation, in my opinion. One of the worst, anyway, as far as wrestling games from that particular console generation and stuff. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't recommend WrestleMania 21 to anybody who owns an original Xbox and who is a WWE fan because you go end up being disappointed and stuff. It should have been a better game in terms of presentation and all that, and gameplay and all. Yeah, to me, you're just better off getting, in terms of that particular console gets generation, you're better off getting SmackDown versus Raw 2006 and they're reckoning 2, you know what I'm saying, for the GameCube and PS2, of course, Dead Reckoning 2 on the GameCube, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 for PS2. You know what I'm saying? It was just a disappointing experience overall with WrestleMania 21. As far as the score, I'd say 4 out of 6. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about WrestleMania 21, whether you like it, hate it, whatever the case. If you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.